Hello and welcome. In this tutorial I'm going to code rock, paper, scissors with Python from scratch. What we're going to do is we're going to define the computer's choice and then ask the player for his choice. But we have to make sure that the input of the player is good, so then we can check who has won. At the end, we will ask the user whether he wants to play again or not. First, I'm going to start by importing random, and then we're going to use this to define the computer choice. And first, let's give the choice. What are the choices that the computer has? Well, basically rock, paper, and scissors. Then we would like this function to return random choice of the choices that the computer has. Then we would like to have the main chunk of the code, which is to play the game. And what it means is, well, first we assign the computer choice, and that comes from basically the computer choice function that we already have. Next, we need to ask the player for the input. And again, the way we do that is, let's say player choice is input. What is your choice? Rock, R, paper, P, or scissors, S. Well, to avoid the capital letters, we can just use lower at the end. So if the user has paper or paper, it's exactly the same. If the user has rock or rock, now this is completely different. We can get the first letter, the first character, and then whether the input is paper or P, it would be exactly the same. But if the user has river, that would still go through, because we would just get R, which would be correct for rock, for example, and that's not what we want. So I'm going to stick with lower for now, but up here I'm going to specify possible choices. And the possible choices that the user has are the three from above, plus he can use rock, paper, or scissors. So all the full words. Now, this is where the game starts. So I'm going to start the game, and I'll say, okay, the game is true, so this is where it starts. Then I'm going to have a line of code. While the game is true, I want to ask the player for his choice. And then once I'm sure that I would say if the player choice is in the possible choices, then I want the game to basically turn to false. This doesn't mean that the game ends, but this means that the user's actions in this point end. At this point, he has done everything that we expected the user to do. So he made his choice. We turned it into a lowercase. We made sure that it's in here, right? But if that's not the case, else, well, we want to print nice try, or well, maybe someone doesn't want to actually break our script, but maybe we can say, sorry, your choice is not one of the possible choices, at least not for this game. Alright, so then he would basically refer back, because the game is still true, he would get the same question again until basically the player's choice is one of the 6 that we have. So at this point we are sure that the user's input is what we would like to have as user input. Now what is the next part is, well, let's check who has won the game. So computer choice, we have R, P, or S, but the player's choice, it could be R, P, S, but it could also be rock, paper, or scissors. So we can specify here to have the player choice as the player choice, but only the first character. Now both the player and the computer have R, P, or S as choice. Now what we could say is, if the player choice is equal to the computer choice, we would want to print it is a tie. It is a tie. Else, if the player choice is scissors and the computer choice is paper, then we would like to print, well done, you have won. And I'm going to copy this same line of code. So these two lines of code, there are two ways the player could win, and that's if he chose paper while the computer chose rock, and if he has chosen rock and the computer chose scissors, right? And then if this is not the case, then, well, we would like to print, sorry, you have lost. Now this is fine and it would work, but if we want to display what was the choice of the computer or the player, then we need to add a few more lines of code. So let's say that our choice was paper, the computer chose rock, but we would not get the computer's choice. Of course, we would know that, oh well, our choice was paper and we've won, so it means that the computer chose rock. But what if we want to display that as well? What if we want to, apart from it is a tie or we have won, we want to display, for example, both of you chose, and then I want to have plus the choice. Now the choice for both the player and the computer are just one letter. We can display both of you chose R or both of you chose S, but that doesn't look really nice. So what we can do is, up here we can create a choice dictionary, and in the curly brackets we can have these pairs. So R is a pair with rock, P is a pair with paper, and S is a pair with scissors. So what dictionary is, basically we have a key and we have a value, and they are pairs. We can call the value based on, if we have the key, we can get to the value. Now the key, of course, are our choices. So what we can do is, both of you chose, and then go to the choice dictionary and search for the player choice. Then of course we can have plus dot. Then, well done, you have won. Your choice was plus. We can copy the same here. So it goes to the dictionary, it uses our choice as the key and gets the value, plus we can say and the computer chose plus, and then we can have the same, but instead of player's choice it would be computer choice, and then plus a dot. Now this line of code I can reuse basically for all the other lines as well. So your choice was, and here as well, also here as well. So even when we've lost. Alright, now this looks much better. I'm going to try and run this code up until now. So play game. Let's see if we run to any error. What is your choice? Rock, paper, or scissor? My choice is rock. Well done, you won. Nice. So it works nice. But what if we want to play it again? Well, let's define a play again function. And basically what this function would do is it would ask the user whether he wants or she wants to play again. So at the beginning, the answer that we have is none. We have no clue whether the user wants to play again. And well, there are many answers that the users can input. It can have yes, no, but it can also have nope, or not sure, or whatever. So as long as we leave it open, they can play with it. But what we can do is, again, limit the choice to yes, just Y, no, or N. And then we would say, while the answer of the user is not in the list, then ask the user, so input, would you like to play again? And then yes or no. If the answer is yes, or if the answer is just Y, then we want to play game. Else, just pass. again, what play game does, it assigns a choice to the computer. It asks the player for his choice, and once the choice of the player is in the possible choices, it assigns, it basically checks who's the winner, prints it out, and then again at the end we want to have the play again. Oops. Play again. So let's run it and let's see if it works. What is your choice? I'm going to try with river. Sorry, your choice is not one of the possible choices. Alright, I'm going to try with S. I'm going to try with C. Source, all capital. It's a tie. Would you like to play again? Not sure. Would you like to play again? Nope. Would you like to play again? Yes. What is your choice? We'll go with rock this time. Sorry, you have lost. Your choice was rock and the computer chose paper. Would you like to play again? No. Well, that has been it for this tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more Python tutorials. Thank you for following it until the very end, and until next time.